My loves, how are you guys doing? Stephanie Zima here, talking to you today a little bit about your procrastination and what it actually costs you, right? Are you willing to pay the price? So, what are we doing? We're walking it. So, I use that time to listen to me, to not just sit around, but also get your body moving. It's really, really important to just kind of like get going, okay? Just get going. Move that energy, not for fitness, not for, I'm not talking about fitness, or I'm not talking about like looking healthy or losing weight or any of that stuff. I'm just talking about getting the energy moving, because when you get energy in your body moving, you are actually going to think differently. And sometimes, like you start getting ideas that you didn't have before, and that's really, really important. So I did some yard work this morning. Why? Because it grounds me. It lets me think. That it's like, I'm passionate about it, because it's just, and it's so funny. I have to quickly tell you the story. It's so funny because when I was little, there was no way. My mother loved yard work. My grandmother loved yard work. It was always something that, um, hi Katarina, good to see you. I need to see some pictures of the little guy. So send me some, okay? Um, yeah, so I always loved I never liked yard work, but everyone in my family did. And then I decided to just one day it was just there, okay? But anyway, I digress. So I talk, you walk, hopefully move that energy. And if you haven't seen the other videos on procrastination that I have shot, make sure you go onto my YouTube, wherever you watch. If you're watching on Instagram or if you're watching on Facebook, it's somewhere in the links over there. There's my YouTube videos. I think on Instagram it's in my highlights. You can like find my YouTube there, and on Facebook you have it on the site. So anyway, that make sure you watch these other videos as well. So what does procrastination cost you, and are you willing to pay the price? Okay, you all know this. Like, we're setting ourselves goals, and then we just kind of like, we just say, "Ah, we'll just do it tomorrow. Today we'll just start with, like, we keep our habits where they are. We'll start tomorrow, or we'll start on Monday, or we'll start next month, or so we are just kind of hanging on to what is comfortable and what our brain likes right now, and we are shying away and procrastinating on the things that we know somehow is good for us. Because why do we do this? We do this because it's comfortable to do what we know. Our brain is designed, physically designed, to keep us safe, okay? And if there are things that need to be changed, like let's say you're not making the best choices in your health, or you're not making the best choices as a mother, or you're not making the best choices for yourself. Okay, self-love, by the way, is next week, topic next week. Make sure you tune in every day at noon, okay? So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the self-love next week. Maybe you are not doing those goals. What is it for you? I want you to sit down for a minute and really think, what is it that I'm missing? What is it that I need? What is it that I need that I'm not doing for myself, that I know I should be doing, but I'm not doing it, okay? And it always gives us clues, guys. Procrastination gives us clues. We are going to not do something because there's something behind it, like a fear, or like a just simply uncertainty of not knowing what's going to come about or how to do something. There's so many different reasons, and this is why humans are not necessarily wanting to take the next step. It's because your brain will keep you safe. So if you don't know what exactly this is going to look like, what exactly is going to happen with it, you just not likely to do the next step. Okay, unless maybe, and this is why accountability partners usually work really well, someone goes and takes you by the hand and does it with you. That way you are not so scared having to do it alone. But many of us don't even have the luxury of having an accountability partner, so we have to brave things on ourselves. Now, here is why this is important. When we don't want to do it and we say we're going to do it tomorrow, we're going to do it next week, or whatever, right? I want you to, and please bear with me on this. It is going to be a little tough to listen to, and it's going to be a little bit tough if you actually do the exercise. But it's so important, guys. Write your own obituary. Okay? I talk to you about, are you willing to pay the price? Now, I'm going to get really, really serious on this, because if you are not willing to pay the price, then you need to do something now. That should give you enough of a jolt to realize, like, I need to do something. I need to brave that fear. I need to, get certain about the things that I need to do. Whatever yours, and if you don't know why you're procrastinating, make sure you're in that workshop next week, because I will help you figure that out. I will figure out with you as to why you're procrastinating, what you're procrastinating on, how you're going to be able to do this. All of that is going to be in that workshop next week. So comment workshop below. I'm going to drop the link in there as well so you guys can see it. But hop on into that workshop, because that's exactly what we're doing. So write your obituary. So imagine you're going to die today. Okay? It's tough, guys. It's tough. But imagine you're going to die today. What will people write about you? What will they write about you? Who will show up to your funeral? Who's going to say something? Who's going to miss you the most? Who's going to invite people? Share the news? All the things. Okay? And if you do not like what you're seeing there in your mind right now, it's time to do something about it. When I did one of my mastermind classes, that's exactly the question they had asked me, and we had to journal about it. And we had to do we had to do the work, and I was snot bubbly, teary, all the things, because I realized my life wasn't where I wanted it to be. I realized that I didn't think anybody would show up. I didn't think anybody was caring. I don't think anyone would, I wasn't to the point, and I still am working towards a goal that I had set to myself back then. These goals will never stop. I want you to understand, it doesn't matter how much you level up. I know some of you all think that you are so much better than others, and you are not. Okay, that's just what it is. Every single person will always level up. Every single person will level up no matter where they are. Everyone, if you are like a millionaire and you can have all the money in the world and you may not be happy, because when you're imagining what it is on the end of life, the last day, and you're looking back and you don't like the person you are, and you don't like the choices that you have made, you don't like the people you have in your life, all of these things, you guys, it doesn't matter where you are, what house you live in, what money you have, none of that matters. And I need you to take a minute, let that sink in. Write your obituary. Imagine this. Cry snot bubbly tears if you have to, just like I did. Become aware as to what is going on for you and your life right now. Okay, whatever situation you are, without putting blame. Okay, that's important. Part of becoming an adult, it is so important to take responsibility and ownership of where you are right now, and understand that is what you created. Okay, it's not what other people created for you. It's what you created. It's what you allowed. It's what you put in. Humans, see, God made us perfect as we are, okay? But humans have choices. We have choices. And unfortunately, we're not always so smart. So we are not always making the best choices for ourselves. But we are having choices, okay? And so if you don't like what you see right now, you need to make a choice to make something different. You have to drop your victim mentality. You have to drop and stop feeling like a victim. You are not. You guys are. I'm going to empower you here right now. You guys are amazing, and you are capable, and you have everything inside of you right now to make things happen. Right now, you have it all inside of you. Okay? But what we need to do is we need to head on tackle the shame that we are all dealing with. We feeling ashamed that we've done not haven't done those choices that we wanted to do. We feel ashamed that we allowed people in our environment that we should not have, and there we are ashamed that we made or said yes to this job we didn't want to do. We feel like all these things, whatever it is for you. What are you ashamed of? Write this down for yourself. Journal on it. Okay? What are you ashamed of? Shame leads to excuses. If you do not head on address the shame feeling that you're feeling, A, you're going to never change anything. B, you're just going to keep doing excuses. And then it turns back to, what are people going to say on your obituary? Are you going to be happy what you see when you're looking up from, looking down from above? I don't know. I'm not at this moment. Okay, I've got goals. I can tell you right now, I'm not finished. I'm not going to be finished for a while. I've got goals. I'm going to hit those goals. Okay, and I'm going to tackle every single thing that's going to come in my mind, in my way. I'm going to tackle it all. No matter how uncomfortable it's going to be, no matter how scary it's going to be, no matter what's going to come in the way. And I'm going to, even if I die trying, at least I tried. I know. I can be a little bit of a velvet hammer too. Okay, at least I tried. That's my decisions. I don't know what decision you're going to make for yourself, but for me, I've decided. I do not want my children to feel so bad. I do not want my children to have to repeat a pattern of life that I know that I lived, and that wasn't really the way how I wanted it to live. I also know that, there are things that need to be changed in my environment. That's just what it is, right? Okay, so excuses come just from a paradigm, okay? And if you don't know what the paradigm is and how to change it, the paradigm is really just what you believe about yourself. All these things that we are a mass of energy. Humans are a mass of energy, right? We are energy and energy beings, and we have been formed by the environment that we've been brought up in. We have been informed with the teachers we had in school, the sports coaches that we come in contact with. All of these are like influences, and these influences form a belief system, which is called your paradigm. It's like a subconscious computer that runs in the background, okay? And this computer runs in the background, and it just constantly does something. It makes choices for us. It makes the choices whether or not you're going to be afraid or not afraid. It's going to make a choice whether or not you're going to reach out and to somebody or not. It's going to make choices for you if you're going to be growing or not, right? It's making these choices. Now the good news is you can change your paradigm. It's not like if you have this belief about yourself that's kind of negative that you can never change it. There are ways, strategies, beings, things that you can change that with. Okay? So you can change that. And so you can take control over the outcome. And I feel like so many humans right now are feeling that they are not able to change where they are, and they are resigning themselves to a life of not being happy. They're resigning. Hi, Anna. They're resigning their life to being in a hopeless situation, and that is just simply not true. Okay, you have every power right now. You can change the paradigm. You can change it every single day starting today. If you want to check out my lead magnet, it says, change your paradigm, www.walkitfree.com/heal, and it will give you 10 steps right now today that you can do to change that belief system and really get into it. And it's important. You have to not allow your excuses to take over. You have to change that belief that you are not good enough, that you're not worthy enough, that your goal is out of reach, that things are not for you. They are for you if they are in your brain. If you have a goal that you want to achieve and you lose doubt, if they are in your brain, they are for you. That's it. If they're in your brain, they're for you. And you probably have the gifts. And the only thing what stands in between you actually getting there is what you're telling yourself subconsciously in your belief system. Okay, that is important. Now, if you do not identify what is subconsciously, what am I talking to myself about? Do I believe I can do it? Do I not believe I can do it? All of these things, you have heard this before. I don't know who said it now, but you heard this before. What you think is going to be true. A thought is a thing, right? If you are thinking you can't do it, you're right. Can't do it. If you think you can do it, you're right. You actually can. Okay? All of this, and I have to kind of tell you, like, I remember when people told me this in the beginning, I couldn't put one on one together, okay? I was just like, Dad, what are they talking about? I don't understand what they're talking about. If they're talking about a thought as a thing, how is a thought a thing? Hi, Karina. I haven't seen you in a long time, Karina. How you been? So yeah, so how, that, like, this is what it is. How can a thought be a thing? I was like, what are they all talking about? But now I understand. If you do not take care of your paradigm, if you do not identify that all the thoughts that are running in your paradigm, in your internal subconscious belief system, if you are not identifying, what you are even telling yourself, you're not going to change nothing. Okay, you're not going to change nothing. You're going to start just feeling bad about yourself, and then you're going to hi Christy, good to see you too. Hey, you're going to just go ahead and procrastinate on it. Okay, you're going to procrastinate on it because your spirit knows, like your soul inside, you know that you're destined to do more. You know you're supposed to do something. However, you're not going to do it because your internal belief system does not allow you to do it, because it has somehow made up its mind that you're not good enough. But you have to tackle it, okay? Now, my workshop next week, remember guys, workshop, this is important. The workshop is going to help you identify exactly what is happening for you. It's going to identify what is your paradigm saying to you, what is going on, because I want you to win, guys. Why do I want you all to win? Why am I so, and you can feel the passion. I hope you can feel my passion about it. Okay, I want you to win because my mentor had said one thing to me, Donald Delgado had said one thing to me in the very beginning that really has hit home for me, and I hope I can duplicate it for you guys. She said, who is losing if you don't win? Who's losing? Who in your life? Remember your obituary, okay? If you haven't caught this in the beginning, make sure you watch this video from the beginning. In your obituary, who's going to mourn you? Who's going to be so sad that you're gone? Who? And I'm sorry, I'm just like, it's emotional for me because I lost my mother, right? I lost my mother. And I wish she could have. Guys, and this is the whole reason why I train personal development, is because I wish so much that she could have shown up better for herself. I wish so much that she could have been happier and that she didn't have to die with the regrets, okay? And, well, nobody was coaching her, right, first of all, but it was like, so the thing is, like, who loses if you don't win, right? She didn't win, and who loses? In this case, it was me. Okay, I lost my mother. She had cancer. I truly believe cancer comes from being unhappy, resentful, holding on to grudges. That's just, my personal feeling. I feel when she died with regrets, I lost a mother. My kids lost a grandma. Okay, a person who loves them very much. Now, do I want to do this? Think about this. So, and I know it's emotional for me. It's got to be emotional for you. The people who are going to show up on your funeral, okay? Are they going to be losing? What are they going to lose when you die? Okay? Who loses if you don't believe in yourself? Who loses who's not, if you have regrets? If you're not showing up to your full potential every single day. And when I say full potential, I want you to understand the full potential doesn't mean I mean, it's different for everyone. Everyone's potential is different, okay? It's not everyone has to have goals of becoming a millionaire or having to, this and this. Sometimes your goal may just be to have $200 a month that you can do something extra fun for your family, okay? Maybe your goal is to just, read a bedtime story for your kids every night. One of my goals every single day is be a better mother. Okay, I write it down every single day. Every single day, I write down be a better mother. And what do I need to sacrifice? What do I need to do for it? And you know, I have to sacrifice yelling. Yelling is something that is a reaction that has been carried on through all the generations in my family. My grandmother was a big yeller. My mother was a big yeller. I'm naturally a big yeller, and I hated it. Okay, I hated it growing up, and I'm sacrificing it for my children. And so here's I'm on a rant, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna tell you. So when I see myself yelling, and I went and I started this personal development, right? I thought to myself, like, I hated it. I hated it. I saw me doing it all the time, and I thought to myself, like, why? Who loses if I don't win? I don't win. Clearly, I'm not winning if I'm like yelling at my kids and being all stressed out when they were little, and now even like, clearly I'm not winning. I'm not winning the Mother of the Year contest here, right? And I mean, can you please drop me something in the comments if you can relate to not being the Mother of the Year? I mean, I was not the Mother of the Year, okay, with that. I felt bad about it, and I didn't want to feel bad about it anymore. So I put it as my goal. Sacrifice the yelling, okay? I promise I'm getting somewhere. So who loses if you don't win, okay? Clearly my children would be losing if I'm not winning on this. Now what I had to do is I had to look to my paradigm. What was it that I believed that made me feel this way? What was the trigger? Why was I triggering to be yelling? Because clearly I didn't like it, right? So why would I do it? And all of you are probably having situations that you are showing up in a way that you're not liking, okay? You are not loving it, and you are doing it anyway, right? I'm sure you're doing it anyway, and then you feel guilty. And if I've had this cycle, I'm sure you guys all had this cycle going on, okay? So Christy, yeah, I know. That's us too. Like, we're just a generally loud house, but it's not comfortable for me because I'm highly sensitive as well, and it's just something I wanted to change too, right? Okay, so here's what I did. I understood where was the trigger, what was going on, okay? And now this is where you start doing, okay? Now, talking about procrastination though, if you are not putting in the steps in to change what you are feeling uncomfortable about, you have to ask yourself, why not? What is preventing me from it? Why am I scared of it? What is in my paradigm that prevents me from deserving to have a good, peaceful, calm life? Okay? And this is where you need to understand that your paradigm is most important. What you believe about yourself subconsciously is most important to create change in the first place. And I know people say, I don't like change. Like, I don't want to do change. I don't want to. Why don't you want to have change if it's like benefiting you? If it's benefiting you to the point that you're going to have a peaceful life that makes you feel loved and happy and needed, and why would you choose the shame and the excuses and the victimhood? Why? You can have it simple. You can have the other side. You just have to identify, what am I believing about myself? You have to then decide, do I like to believe this about myself, or do I want to change it? And when they say you have the change, you have the power to change, you have the power inside of you right now, you do, because you have the power to decide, do I like this thought about myself, or do I not like this thought about myself? If you don't like the thought about yourself that you have in your paradigm, okay, you are going to be able to change it simply by working the antidote. Okay, gratitude, for example, is one strategy. There's multiple other things and strategies that, depending on what it is that you are like trying to do, but it's so important, because who loses? if you do not win, if you do not get this under control for yourself, if you do not elevate your life, level it up to the point that you feel happy with what it is, by the time you die, by the time you die, you want to look back on your life and say, you know what, I did it. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be, it doesn't matter if you're going to be living with paper plates or with the best china. Okay, sometimes we are in this thing that we're saying like, oh, I wish I could have this, but I cannot afford this, or I wish I could have this because, you know, no. The happiness is a feeling that you can create at any given time with any kind of resource at any given moment. Boom, I said it. Mic drop, sorry. And I know it's tough. I know it's tough to hear. I know we want to blame. I know we want to say, I can't do it because. I do too. But that's just simply not true. That's simply not true. It's just in our paradigm, it's something we believe about ourselves. There's like a threshold, we're in the box. Okay, we're putting a box inside of ourselves. We have to identify what is it, why are we doing it, what do we believe to be true? Okay? So that's what it is, you guys. Make sure you are signing up for the workshop. I'm going to drop it in the comments. Sign up for the workshop. Do the workshop next week, because it's also a 15-minute one-on-one coaching that I can like deal with you on your specific situation with it. It's so worth it, guys. If you haven't seen the worth of dealing with your procrastination once and for all, then I can help you, right? I mean, that's just what it is. So I've made it super affordable. It's only $19.95 for having that week's worth of coaching, specific coaching, where I'm going to give you more. It is so, hey staff, it is so important that you are going in there. $19.95. Hey Polly, oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in so long. I'm so excited. Oh, how are you doing, girl? How are you doing? I meant to like send you a message already. I think I missed your birthday. So you know what? Hang on a second. I did miss your birthday. So hang on. I'm gonna have to sing really quick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, Polly. I meant to send that to you, but now you got it on live and Instagram and all the things with all the people. Anyway, okay, so if you have not watched this yet before, you have to watch it again from the beginning. Make sure you watch the other videos on the procrastination and do something, right? I talk, you walk. Stephanie, get on your treadmill. Okay, so I talk, you walk, listen to the videos, and then make sure you sign up for the workshop next week, okay? That's important. Procrastination, you want to nip that in the butt, because who loses if you don't win, as my mentor Danelle says, right? It's so true. You do not want to die with regret in your life, and you do not need to have a victim mentality, okay? You have everything inside of you right now. You're beautiful, you're loved, you're amazing. And if you doubt that, you're loved and amazing, then you need to make sure you are showing up next week, because we are tackling self-love. We're going to tackle self-love in our lunch live, okay? That's what we're going to be doing. So, having said that, I'm going to sign off. Bye, you guys.